things that that we noticed were just ordinary, everyday things. John couldn't set the table correctly. He could get things out and put them on the table, but he'd have all the cutlery at one end of the table. And putting a table mat out on a table that could be anywhere, on a chair. But it was in little everyday things that we knew that something seriously different was going on, and that it wasn't that he wasn't trying. And I think the reality is that he was trying as hard as he could, and still does. But his head just wasn't letting him do what he wanted to do.
One big problem with when things break down, your faculties seem to go away quickly, unfortunately.
The end of all the testing and the observations and what have you was that they put John on some medication, which he still takes, a patch, and they said that he had dementia, and that he would require supported accommodation.
You feel as though you're a bit lost and a bit unawares of what's going ahead. Is my life going to be as good as what it was before? Hard to say that, because you've still got to get to the next step.
John's become a patient of the neuropsychiatry unit at the Royal Melbourne, which has been a very positive step in helping all of us to deal with the day-to-day situation, because it is one of ongoing change, and now John's brain damage means that he can't see. That's had a big impact on limiting what he's able to do.
We had a little old gym a while ago, but now we've been upgraded to the biggest gym of all time. I love doing the weights and have a good time, and you have interaction with other people that way, and enjoy. What's wrong today? Feeling a bit crook? He says, no, we're just a bit slow today.
Someone from Alzheimer's Australia and someone from the YMCA gym group collaborated to make this a reality, and it's just been fantastic. Because one of the difficulties for people with young onset dementia is that there really isn't anything in the community that is there ready for them to access. And John's not really interested in doing things with people who are much older than him, and nor should he be.
It's one of my favourite things to do is exercise, and I use a tandem bike now, and Andy organises all that, and then I just go with him on a tandem, so sort of side by side sort of thing, and we have a lot of fun. So we go right up into the city and ride the bike around through there, and then come back again, back to base.
The bike ride is a weekly event, and the gym program is a weekly event, and they've both been very, very enjoyable. Yeah.
My life has always been a busy life, and so it's good to maintain it and build on it too.
John couldn't do any of these things without family support, and the support of volunteers within various organisations who make it possible. So there's a lot of people doing a lot of peddling with John to bring things to reality.
The people all around us are very, very caring and very thoughtful with our wants and needs, and I think that's one of the major things for me that's kept me going.
When you've got a disease that is common among elderly people and much less common among younger people, then it isolates you, and you're isolated from your peers because they're all still going to work and doing the things that 50-something people do. No, those things are no longer possible for John. The few friends who do see John regularly have been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, Clarky and Jeff and
Jamie.
Jamie, yeah.
Trisha.
Yeah.
So he's been very, very lucky that way. With people John knows well, he remembers their names. He recognises people by their voice. So he can recognise people on the phone by voice and face to face. So that's good, and his hearing's very accurate and reliable. So it's getting a lot of use now. We laugh a lot. So Nick was telling me this morning that John had on a jacket inside out, and you'd even managed to do the zipper up with it inside out.
That was a twisty one, wasn't it?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. So so we often laugh together, and we often talk about things that happened when we were kids, and because John recalls those really well, and lots of silly, funny things happened, didn't they?
They did.
In the course of life in a big family.
Yeah.
So
Joanne and I had to share a bunk. I think that's right.
yes, Joanne's a few years older than John.
Yeah.
So
there wasn't much between us.
a few years.
Yeah, no, that's not much. And it was a bunk, and I used to be at the bottom, and Joanne was above me, and I used to kick her all the time until the old man had come into the room and said, "Stop that noise, stop that noise." We're trying to go to bed.